King Ray Ray in this bitch. Ha! What's good? What's good, homies? It's your man, King Ray Ray, back up in the joint. Welcome. Welcome to the Kingdom of Ray. So, let's give the people a few minutes to get in here, man. As you can see, we got a topic we're on that needs to be spoken on, but not from the perspective, of course, that everyone else speaks on it from. You know, we do our own thing over here. Should be pretty interesting anyway. D Flames, what up, man? Appreciate you being in the joint, brother. King Terry, what up, man? Mr. Intellect, what's happening? Fierce Soul, what up? SO, what's up, man? JT, I see you, man. Big shot, peace to you. Q, what up, man? Almighty M, what's good, bro? Let's get the people a few minutes to get in here, man. Hump day, middle of the week. Got a few things we're gonna talk about today, man. This is our first topic. We'll be back on a little bit later, man, for another topic, and then we may do 3 today. We'll see, man. We'll see. I got a little time today. So we gotta talk about this, man. We have to. Why? Well, because I say we have to. You know, I ain't got no long drawn out reason why we got to. We just got to, man. You know what I'm saying? We just got to. So let's give the people just a few minutes. To get in here, man, because once we get into this thing, we're gonna be into it. We're gonna talk about the wordplay on the word phobia. Freddie P, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the joint. Jay Nice, what up, man? Jungle, what up, bro? Don P, I see you. Slim, what up? Ryder, I see you, bro. Power, what up with you, man? So I'm kind of excited about this one myself, man. But we're gonna hold off and get the people fired to get in here, man. Vaughn, what up, bro? Gonna get him fired to get in here. Joe Blast, what up? Prime, what up, man? Good to see you in the building. Shalom. Let's give the people another minute, man, and we're gonna go ahead and get in, man. You know, once we start the show, man, we gotta I'm gonna leave it up to my mods, man, to welcome everybody in, because you know, moving forward, once I start the show, man, I want to just go ahead and go in, treat it like a show. Some of these things, man, are gonna be, you know, transformed into podcasts, man. So, got to do it, man. Jeffrey Staten Jr., what up, bro? Salute to you for sure. Great day for sure. Stay balanced. What's good, bro? Anthony Footman, what up, bro? Peace to you. 30 more seconds, man. Let's give them 30 more seconds. Let's be patient with the brothers. Middle of the day, man. Brothers probably ain't getting their alerts and their notifications. They probably got to try to break away from work or something, man. Let's go ahead and give them the whole 5. Samuel, what up, bro? Meticulous, what's up? I see you. KG3, my brother, is in the building. Abdullah, what's good, bro? Frito, what up, man? That might be Fredo. Yeah. Yeah, with that last name, it's probably Fredo, man. My bad. All right, brothers, let's get into this. Of course, you know the topic of today's show. Zeke, what up? It's something that I haven't addressed. And if I have, it has been in passing, and I haven't really spoken on what I'm going to speak on today. Now, Miami Heat legend Dwayne Wade has been making the media rounds lately due to publicly supporting his 12-year-old son Zion transitioning into his 12-year-old daughter ZAYA. Those liberals in support of them are labeled forward thinkers, while those conservatives among us who oppose this transformation are labeled as homophobes and or transphobes. Today we discuss the validity of these two ill-fitting labels and the continuation of the consummate attack on Black masculinity. Now, our main goal here is to clarify, verify, and rectify. That's what we do here. So let's start off by saying this. We are always told that we have a phobia, that we are homophobes, that we are transphobes. Well, that's kind of strange to me because a phobia is a fear. That's expressly what a phobia is. Now, you have to watch it because depending on where you go, they continue to try to adjust the definition. Now, here we go. Here's a definition I'm looking at right now that says an extreme or irrational fear or aversion to something. See, that aversion has just recently been added because we've always had the defense that I'm not afraid of that. I just don't like it. I just don't support it. I'm not afraid of that. I just don't want it around me. I just don't like it. There are some people I know that are against interracial dating. I myself am against it. To be perfectly honest with you, I truly believe that if you say you don't like American Black women, well, guess what? There's American women on almost every corner. There's Black women on almost every corner of this globe. So when you say you swear off American Black women, okay, fine, I get that. There's a brainwashing going on with them that's been going on for decades. But what does that have to do with you going to another race? Because there are Black women everywhere. You can't go to too many countries in this world that ain't got some Black women now. And a whole bunch of these countries haven't been westernized and brainwashed. So, but that's not a phobia. I'm not afraid of it. I don't run across the street when I see an interracial couple. I don't run. I don't try to fight them, bite them, beat them up, shoot them, stab them. I don't do none of that. I just don't support it. I'm not against it enough where I want to make a fuss about it. I want to fight about it or call somebody names about it. I just don't support it myself, which means I don't support it with my life and the people I interact with. Now, on a personal level. Now let's go to Merriam-Webster, who we have widely respected all through our years of education. Merriam-Webster has been our go-to. Now, the original definition. There's two entries here. The original definition is an exaggerated, usually inexplicable and illogical fear of a particular object, class of objects, or situation. An exaggerated, usually inexplicable or an illogical fear of a particular object, class of objects, or situation. Here's a newly added definition. This is definition 2 of 2. Just out of somewhere, here comes the second definition. The first is exaggerated fear of. The second is intolerance or aversion for. Now, you see how they have just simply grouped the things that we dislike into phobia. But what do? When somebody calls me any kind of phobe, it doesn't bother me at all because I know the deal. I know I stick to originals. That's why I stick to the Old Testament, not the New. I stick to the original. I don't want the new one. I don't want the New Testament. I don't want the new model. I don't want the new woman. I want the old school minded woman who just been taking care of herself. I don't want the new style woman. I don't want the millennial woman. But we always harp on the fear. See, as a man, you don't want to be called afraid of something you're not afraid of, because most of us have very few things, if any, we fear. So we go straight to defending ourselves against fear without even thinking about the fact that they've already adjusted the definition to include the things that we don't like. Now, let's talk about this. And this is a story that I actually read the story itself on Vlad. Now, when he was on Ellen, I didn't watch the Ellen show. I don't watch Ellen. Of course, that's where he'd be, though. When he was on the Ellen show, he spoke to the host about his 12-year-old coming out to him and his lady, Gabrielle Union. Well, let me ask me this. Why the boy didn't never come out with his last wife, with his first wife? Why the boy didn't never come out then? All of a sudden, when Gabrielle Union comes around, influencing this boy's man, she probably always wanted a daughter. Now she got her daughter now, but it's too late. He said the 12-year-old decided to go by the name ZAYA, and also made it known they want to be referred to by he or she pronouns. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. If you're waiting for me to attack a kid, bro, you might as well bounce. If you wait for me to say anything negative about a kid, you might as well bounce. I don't care what a kid does. A young kid, I don't care what a kid does. It's always influenced by someone else. So anything that a child does, there's either some damage that was done to a child or some influence from an adult. So this has nothing to do with that. This is about the angle that this society takes when it comes to being able to decide things. Now, here we're talking about in America, a 12-year-old can't do shit. There ain't nothing a 12-year-old can do but get up, go to school, do whatever their parents tell them to do. In most states in the United States, 12-year-olds got a damn curfew. 12-year-old can't be out without a parent, without a 12-year-old can't even watch a rated PG-13 movie without a parent. That's the age we talking about. Can't do nothing. Damn sure can't smoke, drink, drive, can't even get a learner's permit. Man, let me tell you something. At 12 years old, you can't even get a permit to ride a motorcycle. You can't even ride a dirt bike. Not where a permit is required. You can't do nothing at 12, man. Most times, man, you just knocking on the door of puberty, especially as a boy. You just knocking on the door of puberty, man, at 12 years old. Anybody in the chat, put one decision that you've ever been able to make when you was 12 years old. Now, I ain't talking about if your parents abandoned you and you was on your own. I'm talking about if you had parental guidance and authority figures in your life. What decision? Man, boy, that was a time. Most of us couldn't even wear nothing crazy if we wanted to. Let's say you woke up and told your parents you want to wear 2 mismatched shoes to school. Most of us couldn't even do that. Now, there are some of us who had very, very liberal parents who were like, okay, whatever identifies with you, kind of like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. There's those of us who had those parents like, well, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do it, as long as you don't hurt anybody. But I'm talking about the majority of us at 12 can't decide nothing. But here we have a situation where a 12-year-old has decided that I am not really a boy. I'm a girl. And it is not up to the little kid. Little kids can be influenced by a whole bunch of things. But we're talking about his father. We ain't gonna even talk about Gabrielle Union. She's a woman. Women do all kind of weirdo shit. We're not talking about her. We're talking about Dwayne Wade. I'm going to be honest with you, brothers. I want all of us to put ourselves in that position. And just let's take a second and y'all just put in the chat, what would y'all do? Now, if you got a son, I want you to think about your own son. If you ain't got a son, I want you to try to imagine if you had one, which ain't going to be the same, because until you have one, then you don't know the level of camaraderie that you have with your boy. You know, father-son camaraderie. I won't say camaraderie, but father-son connectivity. I want everybody, let's just take a few minutes and everybody just put in the chat, what you gonna do, man? What would you do? GMB, my brother, appreciate you being in the joint, man. Appreciate the $15 super chat, bro. Good to see you in the joint, man. I know y'all hit the GMB, man. If y'all ain't hit the GMB, man, go subscribe to that brother channel, man. That's the only cat out here on here country than me, man. And that's a tough thing to do, bro, because I'm country. It come out of me sometime, it come out of G all the time. You know what I'm saying? See, you know, the thing is this, man. What you got to do, man, is you got to trace these types of things, man. You got to trace them. You know, where did this come from? Where did this begin? Who put this in your mind? When did you think like this? Because I guarantee you that woman had some influence on that boy, man. Guarantee you had some influence on. Let's look at her movies that she's played. She's always played this feminist role. It's like she seeks those roles out. She doesn't want any role. I've never seen her play a role where she was a submissive woman. I've never seen her play a role where she wasn't in a position of power. Even in some of the movies that weren't the biggest box office movies. I remember her in Deliver Us from Evil. I remember all of the where she's always been controlling. And let me tell you something about some of these people. When you see someone get typecast into a role, it's because that's the role they embody the best. They've had different roles. You know, when you look at Vivica and see the roles that she got typecast into, and she was always the most popular thought, the sought after thought, the thought that the cat that the most eligible bachelor wanted. That's always what she's been. And it came true in her real life when 50 was at his peak, at his hottest point. You know who he wanted? Vivica. Like that role exemplified her life. It's the same thing that happens with Gabrielle Union. So you got to keep in mind, man, that you as a father have to be the primary influence on your son. Now, that's tough to do if you and the mother aren't together and she goes and marries another man. If she marries another man, you're not going to be able to be the primary influence on your son unless you go fight for custody and gain custody. But then at a certain point, your son's interaction with women should be limited. It should be controlled. When your son gets into his most impressionable ages, man, especially when puberty starts to knock on the door, you have to shield your son. I'm talking about even from his mama. You got to shield your son. That's why I suggest that every son, now this wouldn't help this kid much. He already lives with his dad. But I suggest that every man, if you don't have your son with you because you and the mother aren't together and whatever happened around 12, 13, 14 years old, man, you better get that boy. You better make sure you situated in a position to go get that boy, man, so you can start implementing your brand of manhood into his life every day. So you can't see him on the weekends and through the summer for a month, and then on the holidays, then spring break, and then all the other time he's being influenced by someone else. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when you really think about it, when you think about the fact that here's a man who married your child's mother, you got to truly accept the fact that that man 9 times out of 10, or at least the majority of the time, is not giving your son your brand of manhood, because your brand of manhood wouldn't be in that situation. If the roles were reversed and it was his son, you wouldn't be marrying her. So you got to look at these things from the proper perspective. Now, when you think about these things, man, you ask yourself, did the man even try to get to the bottom of it? and influence the boy and put some God in his life and try to beseech the Most High to touch the boy? Or did he do anything? Or did he just say, well, okay, if that's what you want to do, then okay, Zaya, my bad. Okay, if that's what you want to do, man. Let me tell you something, brothers. And this is the reality of it. When you're an adult, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. This is an attack on black parenting, on black fatherhood. This is an attack on black fatherhood. When these things take place, they don't affect us. Like, they don't make us say, well, maybe we should all just, accept this. No, it makes the mothers of our children more likely to embrace this ideology. This is just another step in the whole process of breaking down the black family unit and catching black masculinity at its birth. They tried to kill all of us off. They can't do that. God wasn't going to never allow that. So they said, let's separate them from the children. Let's separate them from their sons. We get the sons away from the father. It might take us a few years, but we can easily influence the mothers. We can easily influence the mothers of these black boys. We can control them with anything we want to. It's going to take some years. It may be maybe 95, 96 before we really start to turn them. And it'll be about 2000 to 2005 when we really get them on our side. But by 2010, no later than 2015, we're going to have them doing whatever we want them to do. And they're going to fight the men for us. And the men don't really want to fight them like that because they're men. They are not going to go to war with a woman about nothing because they're men. Now, we'll go to war with women. Hell, we'll do anything to women, but they're not like us. Black men aren't like us. They're not going to go to war with a woman. So this is those chickens coming home to roost. Imagine how many other young black boys have been allowed to do this, man. Some of them just experimenting, but imagine how many of them have been allowed to do this. Now, let me tell you this. How many young black girls do you think have told their mothers that they really feel like they're a boy? They're supposed to be a boy. Do you hear it all over the place? Man, they doing this as just to throw it up and out. This is probably going on other places, but they want the world to look and see, look, this is one of their very high class guys. He's well respected. They called him Flash. He was a very dominant athlete. See, we got to start respecting athletics and physicality so damn much. We look at somebody and feel like because they're an athlete, they alpha. Let me tell you something, man. Alpha is not about physical appearance. Now, it is about physical strength and endurance, but it's not necessarily about physical appearance. Not anymore. Because anybody can alter their weak physical appearance and make themselves appear to be alpha. See, let me tell you something right here. And this is real talk, brothers. This is real talk. And this going to hurt some people. But the truth does that. If you got a hard time putting muscle on, it's because your testosterone is low. You need high testosterone to build muscle. At least normal level, a slightly above normal level testosterone to build muscle. So if you're working out like a fool and can't build no muscle at all, it's because your test is low, bro. If you got high testosterone, you're going to build muscle. You get in there and work. You get in there and work, man, and get your macros right. There are cats who get their macros right. They get in there and work, man. They don't overindulge in the carbs. They doing whatever they got. Well, they do overindulge in the carbs. They build the muscle, man. They go in there working. They in a caloric surplus. They're killing themselves in the gym, man, and they can't get no size on them because your testosterone is low. But does that make you less of a man because you can't build a damn muscle? Does it make you less of a man because your body won't build a muscle? But what if mentally and emotionally you strong as hell? This is the thing. They want everyone to view an alpha male from a physical perspective. Now, being in good shape, being in top-notch shape. Yes, being lean is wonderful. That's you need to be lean because if you got that belly fat, trust me, that's the difference between being skinny and not being able to build no muscle and being fat. If you got that extra weight all around your belly, brother, I'm gonna tell you, your testosterone gonna start getting low. It's one thing to have high testosterone and then you live a life that makes it low. And it's another thing to just not have high testosterone, maybe delivered to you from your father that way. But what we're talking about is the essence of a man. Let's forget all the physicality, let's forget about working out at the gym and eating clean and all that. Let's close our eyes and forget about the physicality and think about spirituality. Thinking about the emotional capacity. Think about the mental stability. See, that's what we're seeing on display right here. We're seeing a man who has absolutely no backbone. Absolutely no backbone. Because I'm going to tell you like this. To leave a woman for another woman is a weak man's move. To leave a woman for another woman is a weak man's move. That's why Lionel Richie did it and his old lady beat him up. You don't see too many instances where a man leave a woman for. That's why Steve Harvey did it. Look at what he going through. Every man, we can count on our hands the men that we've seen in this society publicly leave a woman, not leave a woman because they dissatisfied with her, leave a woman for another woman. When you got a woman that you're not dissatisfied with and you leave her for another woman, you ain't leaving the other woman because she's better. You're leaving the other woman because you're weak and that woman is strong and she's taking advantage of you and she's manipulating you. And it plays out. It may take you some years to play out, but it's going to play out. And we're looking at two situations right now where it's playing out. That brother does not care. And let me tell you something, man. Yeah, he was a great athlete, but he is known. His reputation precedes him about not staying in shape. The boy don't eat vegetables. All he eat is ho-hos and dum-dum. Boy he don't never try to stay lean. His goal ain't to stay lean. He don't mind being fluffy. And that way, let me tell you something, brothers. Women can detect femininity in you before you even know it's there. That's why women are so adamant about every man having a feminine side. Because every man they come in, even some men who still don't know they got feminine energy. Because women ain't gonna tell you got a lot of times, man, a woman will know you got feminine energy, but just because she got strong feelings for you, she will never call you on it. She'll just accept it as part of who you are. And then in retrospect, she'll be like, man, I can't believe I was with that fool. That nigga was weak as that nigga was a sucker. That boy was weak as tap water and twice as clear. But you don't even know it. You still think you hardcore. You still think you tough. And listen, I came up with some cats, man, that was head busters. They was head busters. But they was head busters like that because when you see them interact with their old lady, you realize them boys feminine as hell. They get in the streets, man, and make up for all that. That's how they overcompensate for being suckers, for being beta male simp manginas. Hey, man, I got a partner, man. Here we ride, man. He'll say, hey, bro, stop right here, let me out. Man, he'll see somebody he got a problem with, man. He'll jump out the car damn near before I stop it. He'll jump out the car. Of course, me, man, I'm going up under the seat or going in the trunk because I already know what he about. When he jump out the car like that, man, he about to roll up on somebody. I just don't know who. Here go a crowd of niggas over here. It's about 8 niggas over there. He went right up to the cat, man, that he got a problem with and smacked him. I ain't talking about punch him. I'm talking about smacked him like a brawl. Later on, I found out and he deserved a smack. And to be honest with you, them cats that were hanging with him, and once he told me, I was like, okay, I see why they ain't really get sparked up. But I mean, his reputation preceded him, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about this. When you got a reputation like that, everybody that knows you already knows you. Okay, you got your partners, man. Your partners that really don't really like. It didn't really mean nothing to me because it didn't mean nothing to me. I mean, that was my partner, so. As crazy as he was, man, I was like, man, that's just my partner, man. While everybody else was running around afraid of him, man, he'd have me laughing my ass off. I ain't gonna lie. He used to have me laughing my ass off. But that's neither here nor there. You got to keep in mind that the same cat he smacked up, he did that because he was knocking down his old lady. My partner was knocking down his old lady. And just, some of the things that he was seeing him do, like he was my partner with his old lady, man, and he texting her, just the way he was interacting with her. And then when he found out my partner was knocking down his old lady, he was all in the streets talking all rah-rah. Tell me, yeah, man, that nigga, blah, blah, blah. When he woo, 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 blah, blah, going on them, just spreading the word, man, that when he see my partner, it was going to be on. But he didn't know my partner already knew what kind of broad he was, because while he was texting his old lady and calling her, she was sitting there talking to him and texting him back, treating him like a boy. Let me tell you something. Some of the things my partner told me, man, I was like, man, that's crazy right there. And so when he saw him, he knew he wasn't going to do that because he knew he was a front. So that's why he jumped out and walked up to him and slapped 5 from him. You got to understand, man, that the energy, the alpha energy, the masculine energy is inside of you. It's easy to put on the front when you're on the ball court running around jumping. But then when we see that man in his life right now, man, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't saying the man should disown his son. Some of us would. But I ain't even saying that extreme. But what I'm saying, as a man, this boy is awfully friendly and okay and cool with this, man. Even if you ain't going to disown your son, boy, I would be distraught. I would be distraught for 2 reasons. I would be wondering who the hell done tampered with my boy and got him feeling this way. Who done treated him like a girl? Point him out to me, boy. I'm finna kill somebody. That's what my first thing would be. I would be awfully concerned about who's been tampering with my boy, either physically, mentally, emotionally, or all of them. And why did it get under the radar? And when I'm always looking at the radar. And then I think about how disappointed I am as a father, man. Brothers, I would feel like a failure as a father, man. I would feel like a complete failure as a father. And the fact that he doesn't feel like a failure as a father means that he hasn't been fathering his son. Gabrielle Union has been mothering and fathering his son. See that last little ever since she came in his life, he been on the road. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you can look way back and you can see a time where you couldn't see this. But then when Gabby came along, gradually, you see him in the family picture, he be the only one dressed different. Not all the way, they're still dressed like a boy, but having like pink or fuchsia or something like that. Then continue to go on. And before you know it, bam, you get here. Now, all of this time, for the better part of a year, D Wade's gone. He's gone. Playing ball. Practicing. Traveling. Getting with his little jump offs when he out on the road. Why is this man not damn near suicidal, man? He should be suicidal himself and homicidal, trying to figure out who did this, who had something to do with this, unless he himself did it, unless he himself perpetuated this energy, unless he himself created this ideology in his son's mind. Because I just can't see. And listen, and I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to listen. This is what I want y'all to listen to. Let's go back and look at this. Wade said, so once ZAYA, our 12-year-old, came home and said, hey, I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. At 12, I'm ready to live my truth means that this ideology has been in this kid's mind for years. By the time you embrace something as your truth, it has been well drilled into your mind. From there, Gabrielle Union posted a video of Dwayne with ZAYA. Bro, let me tell you something. I'm not saying anything could change this. This may not be able to be changed or nothing. But this man's energy and outlook on this is just, I just don't understand it. I understand, man, this is your child, man. I understand that. But for real, real, this is just not the way that I would assume that a man would handle this. He is awfully calm, awfully careful, awfully okay about this. See, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. It ain't my boy. But if it was my boy, I wouldn't, my outlook on it would be totally different. I could care less, honestly, brothers. I could care less about what the hell goes on in Dwayne Wade's life. I don't give a damn. I'm telling you, bro, I care about as much as I care about a spider catching a fly in a spider web and eating it before the fly has a chance to drop some maggots on some boo-boo somewhere. That's how little I care about this. But I care about the image and the message that it's portraying to other young boys and to these women who are so impressionable by this media, this mass media, this multimedia, and this social media, and also by these celebrity lifestyles. Very, very impressed and influenced by these celebrity lifestyles. And for me, brothers, that is a serious issue because there are going to be more fathers who are going to have to deal with this and hear this. Now, Dwayne was in the house. He saw the transition. He supported the transition. When you're not in the house and you notice that every time you're seeing your boy, man, he's just changing up. Then one time you're seeing, man, and he's a girl. For all intents and purposes. Yeah, he's been cloned into a girl. You know, and that's a good point, G. You know, what does that say about the energy of Dwayne Wade? Yeah, Will is another one. GC, appreciate the $2 super chat, brother. Renzel, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Brother say Gavin has destroyed D-Wade's fam beyond repair. Yeah, man. And let me tell you something. They're not going to even be together long term, brother. I can promise you they're not going to be together long term. And let me tell you what'll happen. She'll mess around and take the boy with her when they divorce. So I mean, you got to keep in mind. So and let me tell you, and that's a great point, G. A real wide man. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Appreciate it, brother. Say thank you for doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what currency that is, man. So I don't know what it converts into. So I just say appreciate the super chat. Magic Johnson as well. See, listen, Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, D Wade. Let me tell you something, bro. I want y'all to think about this, and G made a good point. Why is it that when it comes to this, you can support your son? What if my son wanted to be the master of sexual assault? Should I support him? What if my son wanted to impersonate a police officer? He ain't gonna hurt nobody. He just gonna walk around and he's gonna be a police officer. What if that happened? Well, let's go a little bit older. What if my 15-year-old son, who just got out of juvie, wants to say, you know what? I want to be a police officer now. And he walks around in a police officer's uniform. Is that going to be okay? Nah, they're going to lock his ass up for impersonating a police officer. What if my son wants to be in pharmaceuticals? And I say, okay, I'm going to put this money together. I'm going to buy you a brick and an elbow. You go out there and get money. What if my son wants to be a pastor? He got to be ordained first. He can't just make that decision. He ain't old enough. What if my son want to be a teacher? Oh, he got to go to school for that. He ain't old enough. What if my son want to drive my car? Oh, he got to get a little older. You got to get him a learner's permit, then a driver license. He ain't old enough. What if my son want his own apartment? Guess what? He ain't old enough. You can't get him that yet. You can't let him stay by himself. What if my son at 12 want to drop out of school? Oh, he can't. He got to go to school till he's 16 years old. He can't be no dropout. Well, what the hell can he be besides a girl? What can my 12-year-old son decide he wants to be in this world besides a girl? Yeah, we all see the irony in this, man. He can't be a grown man. He can't be a dog. If you, man, my son get on all four, man, walk around barking like a dog at school, man, biting people on the leg, man, or sniffing on people's shoe, man, they gonna lock him in the funny farm, bruh. They gonna put him in a straight jacket. They ain't gonna even let me see him. I just want to see how this is gonna play into his partner LeBron's life. Because as long as you're in the league doing your thing, they're okay with it. Once you retire and you decide you don't want to do their thing anymore, you want to do your own thing, perhaps there's a pilot who's willing to fly a helicopter into the fog in the mountains. You just never know. We got to keep in mind, brothers, that the attack on Black masculinity is alive and well. And it's going to be here until we go to heaven or hell. We got to leave our sons here to deal with this. And that's the scary part of this. We got to leave our sons here. I'm very comfortable with my son in this world as long as I'm here to guide him. Even when he becomes an adult man, he's still going to face some things that I know the answer to, that he doesn't know the answer to. Hopefully, when I leave here, my son is in his 50s. At least 50s. He could be in his 60s. Hopefully, my son is old as hell when I leave here, man. Renzel, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Brother said Alicia Keys, Gabby Union, and Jada Pinkett must be stopped. They're making it okay to feminize young Black boys and adolescents through mass media. Hey, man, look at Amber Rose, man. She's already, man, getting that boy toes and fingers painted, man. I'm telling you, brothers, nobody has a problem with this but us. Nobody else has a problem with it. And so we would rather sit here and debate about about what women are doing, or we'd rather sit here and debate about, we're going to get out here and we're going to compete, man. Let me tell you something. I'm going to do a show coming up soon, man. Matter of fact, first day back, man, on the BOA channel. Hey, man, we're going to start talking about some real stuff on the show, man. On the High Altitude show, man, we're going to talk about some real stuff on the High Altitude show, bro, because we ain't got no more time to be sitting around playing no games like this. Masculine Principles, appreciate the super chat, bro. Brother, quote the scripture, or the quoting New Testament scripture. When you really think about it, man, I want y'all to think about one thing, man. I want y'all to think about this. You got all these fools out here doing all this talk about Gayle King and that she brought up something that Kobe did. How many of these same cats are saying something now about how passive Dwayne Wade is in this scenario, about how relaxed he is in this scenario? How many of them are saying something? I ain't heard nobody. I ain't heard a peep out of nobody. None of them ain't saying that. You know why? Because all that stuff over there about Gayle King, that's the old bait and switch. They want you to focus your alive energy on something that's being said about a dead man. Now, yes, there are people grieving, but be perfectly honest with you, outside of his wife and his remaining children and his parents and those who are very close to him, related to him by blood, and his very, very closest guys, his brothers, the Shaqs of the world, the Kyrie Irvings of the world, who he took on this wing, man, to treat him like a little brother. Besides those guys, man, I don't want to hear nobody crying and they ain't never met the man before. Don't you understand how emotionally weak it is to be able to be touched by something that ain't got nothing to do with you emotionally? Yes, it was sad. I ain't lying to you. It was a sad turn of events. But I'm not emotionally invested enough to care about Gayle King asking a question. I care more about what I'm seeing with Dwayne Wade. Because what Gayle King talked about ain't got nothing to do with us as black men. We talking about, well, black women attacking us. They always, and some niggas came in my comment, and I'm telling you, if you was in the comments talking like this, I don't care how you feel about this. You ain't never got to come back no more. But there was a bunch of guys in the comments talking about, well, they're using black women to tear us down. And boy, they can't tear us down with words, fool. They tearing us down with actions. They tearing us down with ideologies. And you still worried about what a black woman got to say about you? No, not about you. About another man that you don't know. Man, y'all better get out of here. Y'all better start thinking like men and stop thinking about boys. Stop thinking like boys, man. That's the problem. You think like a boy, a woman come along and influence you, and then not only does it influence you, it influences your son as well. Ain't that white, Dwayne Wade? We got to keep in mind, man, that this society's purpose is to tear down our legacy. We worried about a cat's legacy whose legacy is already established for whatever he contributed to this world. We worry more about his legacy than our own legacy. Our legacy is the one being attacked right now. With all this media, all this social media, all this mass media, all these entertainers, everything that's going on around, all these schools starting to incorporate all these new programs to keep programming our children. Why they get us to focus on things that don't matter? We looking at Gayle King, they telling our son, look at your dad over there, mad at that woman. Know why he's mad at that woman? Because he hates women. That's why you can't be the girl you want to be, because your daddy is going to hate you. But you know who's going to love you? Your mama's going to love you regardless. She's going to care about you no matter what happens. Now, I want you to remember that. So whenever you feel like you're ready to be whatever you want to be in this world, you do that. So let me tell you something. We're not all born with masculine direction. We're not born with masculine direction. We're simply not born with masculine direction. We can go either way depending on how we're influenced. And that's the reality of it. That's why it's so important that a father is there to lead his son, to influence his son, to do all of these things, man. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, bro, and it's going to sound real crazy right now, man. This is going to sound crazy to y'all. But if I was married and me and my wife split up, I had to cut her loose, we're going to have a real custody battle for my sons. And if she wins, then fine, she wins. But I'm going to get my son as often as I can. But then if she goes and marries another man, especially after I meet that man, once I meet that man and that man sees my energy and he goes ahead and marries her anyway, then I already know what the influence is going to be on my son. So I'm going to go and try again. For whatever I got to do, whatever dirt I can dig up on that man, I'm going to dig it up. And I'm going to go back to court and say, I don't feel safe with my son around this man. This is why. And if he just happened to be one of those squeaky clean guys, brothers, I'm going to send child support and I'm going to double up on it. The money don't even matter, because my time won't be involved anymore. You see, as a godly man, I don't go to battle and bring God into battles where the people on the other side have already sworn themselves over to Satan. I ain't trying to bring nobody back from on that side. But everybody who wants to be on this side, I'll give you whatever information I have to bring you to this side. But if this was my scenario, bro, I would divorce that woman immediately. But he's such a weak man, he probably married her without a prenuptial agreement. And since he's all on the, what's he going to divorce her for? For influencing his son? It's a little bit too late for that when he's in the media talking about, yes, I support this. I support this 100%. I myself have had some ideals about. You see some of the clothes I wore when I was in the NBA. You see that. You know, I feel that way a little bit myself, but I'm too grown for that now. I think Dwayne Wade is living vicariously through his son, brothers. If you, because let me tell you something that happens when you're a weak man and a strong woman comes into your life. Because you're a weak man, you deserve a strong woman. All weak men get strong women. All weak men get strong women. All strong men get weak women. Women are supposed to be weak. They're the weaker vessel. But weak men get strong women. When you're a man and you get a strong woman, it saps the little bit of masculine energy that you tried to fake like you had out of you. But Dwayne Wade has too much to lose to come out wearing an evening gown. So I think he's living vicariously through his son, man. The same way your dad will have you in the military because he got injured in the military and didn't have a chance to make a career out of it. He'll have you in there, man, even though he know you don't want to be there. Living vicariously through you. Prime, appreciate the super chat, brother. Big Phil, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Appreciate it, man. Brother say you stay with the 5 topics, man. I appreciate it. EJ2, Elijah Jones, the second man. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Brother say salute King Ray Ray, the chat and the Mod Squad. Amazing drop, consistently 5, man. Appreciate that, brother. So I just want y'all to keep in mind, man, that we are in the last hour of setting up our defenses for the coming war on masculinity. See, this ain't the war on masculinity has not begun. This is the preparation for the war on masculinity. The actual war has not begun. This is just, they're just prepping their weapons. We ain't doing nothing. We sitting over here trying to do other things that God has no hand in. Going our own direction that ain't gonna be blessed. I see someone say, man, this is a stunt to punish them for paying WNBA. Paying the WNBA so little. Man, WNBA don't generate no income, bro. You got to think about this, man. Oh, hold up, man. Who is this? Ryan Enterprise, man. You've been in here a lot, man. That comment right there, man, sound like you talking about some gender pay issue or something. Man, don't nobody watch the WNBA, bro. The NBA get paid like that, man, because they generate income. They generate billions of dollars. I'm talking about billions of dollars annually. Even in the off season, they still generate money. All these licenses that these networks have, man, to do anything, they got anything to do with NBA license gear, any NBA license footage, anything, man, they making money hand over fist, man, and they still only giving the players a fraction of that. Man, WNBA don't generate no income like that, man. And we in a world where, man, if you don't generate the income, man, you know, I understand now. If you generate the income, then yeah, you need to get your fair share. But man, the girl don't generate no income, man. Everybody watch that shit. Not for real. Like they don't make no money, man. Like yeah, no doubt, G. That's what happens, man. They just got enough money to keep throwing at that because they don't want no issues. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no issues. You know, they want to be, you know, they want to have to, you know, they want to cater to women too. And women don't even watch WNBA. Women watch the NBA. Women who watch basketball watch the NBA, man. They don't watch the WNBA. And that was a stretch, though, bro. That was a stretch. Real talk, that was a stretch. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, that was Alicia Keys putting paint on her. I think Amber Rose did something like that too, man. Because I was wondering why the hell Wiz didn't cut up. But let me tell you what Wiz did. Wiz gets his son, man, spends time with him, man, influence him how he can, man, gives him a good life, man. But he ain't finna battle that chick on how to raise his son, man. I ain't either, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it ever gets to the point, man, I gotta battle my son, mom on how to raise him, man. She doing all this opposite of shit that I like. I'm just gonna withdraw, man. I'm not finna fight no chick over that. I'm just not, bro. I ain't finna fight over nothing. I ain't gonna do it. It ain't that I can't. I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of the business of saving women from themselves. I'm not saving no woman from herself anymore. My days are, I leave that to y'all young cats, man. Y'all cats in y'all 20s and y'all early 20s, mid 20s, and even late 20s, man. I leave that to y'all, man. Y'all get out here and save them from themselves. Teach them and train them and raise them. That's why I give y'all the information to do that, man. I give y'all the type of information you need, like the drop I did today, man, about and it's crazy that drop got so much game in it, man, that changed the way you deal with women today. And cats ain't even going over there watching it, man. I just told y'all today, man, how to have the magnificent mouthpiece, the things that you do, how to interact with a woman in a way, man, to make her bow down. That's the thing, man. You got to keep in mind that I'm out of that business, man. I'm not going to save no woman from herself. And if whatever her life affects, man, that's on her. I'm not jumping in there, man. I'm not, I'll save the day. I ain't saving no days, no more, man. This ain't daylight saving time, man. I ain't saving no days. Masculine principle. Appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Brother say, I live for my purpose and not die for my masculinity. I belong to the Most High, not the world. If we can win the battles, we can win the war. That's it, man. We don't even understand the battle going on, bro. Man, that's a hell of a thought, man. That's a hell of a thought, man. What would you do if you walked in on your son getting smashed from behind from his home and from school? What would you do? Yeah, times have changed, man. The fact that that's even a question, and it's a realistic question. It's not even a troll question. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, that would have been a troll question, man. That's not a troll question. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, that we're in a society where we as men have to think about that, man. We should have to be thinking about that. That's why I'm telling y'all, man, we got to do, man, for the Most High to exit us out of here. Forget all these fools telling you, man, well, stay here. You just got to stay here and take care of things. We're going to take over. Man, you ain't going to take over nothing here. We got to get out of the evil of this society, man. We got to move, bro. Don't you see how evil is getting? Don't you see how evil is getting? And the thing is, the evil in the midst of us is the reason that we're going to continue to have the struggles that we have, man. You got men right here talking about they compete, man. Come on, man. LeBron is one of the highest paid athletes in the world, and he ain't even competing with them. Michael Jordan is a billionaire. He ain't even competing with them. He the highest level we got. MJ, the highest level we got. Oprah got probably worth a little bit more, but when it all boiled down to it, she ain't got as much power as Michael Jordan had is in the corporate world, just for the simple fact she's a woman. They're not gonna allow a woman to have that type of corporate power. That's like with all the money she got. Oprah don't own no team. Oprah, they'll let her get into something they can manipulate. They can manipulate television. They can manipulate her through her show, through her network. She did a good job. She was a good girl all these years with her show, so they let her have a network. And now you know what she does with her network? She funnels, all of the industry that they want to have funneled through there. That's what she does. So I say this to you, man. We got to keep in mind that we're in a lose-lose situation if we don't hurry up and get focused, man. KG3, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Say, best thing I ever heard when my daughter say to me, I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm going to die for my manhood, though. Hey, man, no doubt. Esther said D. Wade hadn't dressed as a woman. I don't think Magic Isaiah has either. Man, let me tell you something. Dressing as a woman has absolutely nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what that has to do with it. We talking about, man, allowing your son to be influenced without interfering. I ain't saying the nigga sat his son down and said, hey, boy, you can start just like girl. But I'm saying whatever was going, see, this was a gradual transition. Like if you look at images, you know, I research everything before I talk about it, man. If you look at images over the years from the time, from the time that this was a kid that Dwayne Wade was holding his arms when they took pictures, from that age, 2-3 years old to now, you can see the transition in the pictures. The story of this transition is shown in the pictures. You can see it coming. It didn't just go from a cat, dressing like a rapper to like an old school rapper, not the new cats. He didn't go from a cat dressing like a rapper to suddenly just this. This was a transition over these years that he sat and oversaw as a father. He watched this take place. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Listen, and that boy, come on, bro. I know you ain't seen some of that shit Dwayne Wade be wearing and thought it was masculine, bro. Honestly, that boy he ain't put on no dress, but that boy that has some feminine clothes. He didn't dress like I tell you what, he didn't dress like a princess, but he damn sure dressed like Ellen DeGeneres. He a lot of times, man, he show up at a game dressed like Ellen. Ellen wear her little pantsuits, but they look feminine. I mean, they don't look like some dude to wear. Man, that boy Dwayne Wade, man, been dressed like Elton John, man, for about 8 years, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that's what happened when the NBA, and this was David Stern's doing, when he came through and said, okay, y'all got to start dressing up. When you give anybody a dress code, you can dictate what they look like. That's why AI, and let me tell you where the dress code came from. The dress code came from Allen Iverson. It was in response to AI infusing the game with some masculine energy. They thought they had it under control. They had Jordan just quietly going about his thing, doing his thing, just racking up his numbers, building his way up to being the first black team owner in the NBA history. They had him doing that. They had Magic over there who, Magic was all over the place. They shut Magic down with the whole HIV thing. Whatever Magic had plans on doing, they shut him down. He was no more believable after that because he was created. His energy was created as a cheater, so women didn't really support him like that. And then his energy was created as questionable sexuality for us because back then we were like, how else do you get HIV? Everybody we knew with HIV had different sexual preferences. So he still did good in business, but as far as influence, as far as vocal influence, they shut him down. They shut him down. They got Shaq out of town. They moved him out of there. Shaq was having too much influence, and Shaq was not going to play the way they wanted to play. They shipped him out. They couldn't ship Kobe out. Once they decided to ship Shaq out, they had to let Kobe stay. They got to keep the Lakers brand. But once Kobe was out of the league, man, that boy didn't stay out of the league no time at all before they knocked him off. He ain't stay out of the league. No, man, the boy barely got out of the league. And they shut him down, bro. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. We got to look at it like this, man. That's why we got to stay the hell away from this media, man. We got to stay the hell away from it. We got to stay the hell away from it. I'm going to be honest with you, brother. This year, man, was the first time I watched the Super Bowl in, I think the last time the Super Bowl was on my TV and I was in front of it was when the Steelers beat who did the Steelers beat, man? Last time the Steelers won. I don't remember who they beat, but it was the Cardinals. They beat the Arizona Cardinals. The last time when the Steelers beat the Cardinals, that's the last time the Super Bowl was even on my TV, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I had people at the crib. Man, I was in my recliner, man. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time the first point was scored, I ain't see it. I was out. Look here. When I woke up, man, and it was the third quarter. Bro, I passed out, man, 3 minutes in. And I woke up third quarter, and I had a partner, man. He was looking at me like, man, I'm about to bounce, bro. I said, I was like, all right, cool. But I was up then, so I was watching. So then went on stage, man. But I was like, cool, dog. I mean, This ain't my thing. But he was the type of cat that was my first time ever trying to host something at the crib. And that was my last time too, man. I like, this ain't my thing. Having all these people here, man, having all this noise around me, man, looking at, man, having to have this clean up after that, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a little chick over there with me, man, and, and she was, this was at the crib. And man, I had a little chick with me, man, and she helped clean up, man, and all that, man, and, man, but I'm be honest with you, bro, that was my last time doing that, man. That ain't never happening no more, bro. I ain't never hosted nothing, not in my career, bro. I don't want that. That ain't my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't antisocial, but I'm social in the settings that I want to be social in. And I don't want to be social in no party setting. I'm not a partier, bro. That ain't my thing. So, I just say that to say this, man. We got to stop looking at these things because the masculinity has been drained out of everything, man. NBA, man, I be watching the man, these dudes go, man, they get man, these dudes be crying. They don't even get touched. They show on the replay, man, this nigga ain't got touched. And he on there crying. Running up and down the court, crying, flailing like a baby. Oh, let him foul me, man. Every time they miss a shot, man, they go to crying. Man, I don't want to watch that. Football, man, I don't watch some old footage of football players, man, back when they had them helmets, man, them plastic helmets. I watched Jim Brown play, man, back in the day when Jim Brown played, man, they ain't even making enough money to live throughout the year. They had to pick up other jobs in the off season. Watching him run over the boy, man, and the helmet ain't even got no damn padding in it. Only pad they got on is shoulder pads. I don't want to watch this crap that I'm seeing today, man. Too much crime going on. So I just stay, man. I just stay focused on things that I'm interested in, bro. I'm interested in nature. I'm interested in birds, man, reptiles, man. I'm interested in travel, man. I'm interested in beaches, man. I'm interested in, tropical locations, man, and the women that live there, man. I'm interested in, I'm interested in mountains, man. I'm interested in these type of things, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me tell you something, bro. I meet some amazing people doing the things I do. You know what I'm saying? I meet some amazing people doing the things I do. This year, man, I'm going to the Panama Canal, man. When I go to the Panama Canal, man, I'm going to Panama Canal, man, to watch wildlife, to on a nature excursion, man. Take some amazing images, man, and just that's the shit I like, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some beautiful women that like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't dress like scallywags. They don't act like scallywags. They're pretty much they're different. They're a different group. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There's some beautiful girls of all races, man, that like things like that, man. And you know what they like? You know what they see when they see me somewhere? Not only do they see a brother, but they see a real brother with alpha energy. And you know what? They ain't never seen that before, nowhere they been. So every time I go to one of these events or one of these functions, man, the women be all crowded around me, man. Talking to me and asking me questions and touching on me and squeezing on my biceps and doing all that right there, man. One thing I don't never see? No damn TV. Something else I don't never see? Nobody on their phone browsing the internet. Nobody on YouTube. Why they? Oh, man, I ain't got time for all that, bro. That's how you get caught up in being influenced to overlook the thing that's going on with your son, just like D. Wade. He was influenced to overlook the thing that was going on with his son, man. He partially influenced himself, and the rest of it was done by his woman. If that's even what she is. I got to keep in mind, man, that, and we got to keep in mind, brothers, that life is about the things that make you happy, that bring you joy, not the things that make you question your very existence, not the things that make you question the world you live in so much, man, that you become paranoid about the world. I'm speaking on this because of the long-term effects it has on us, not on Dwayne Wade or his son or his old lady or I don't care about that. I'm talking about the long-term effects it has on us by making it seem like Black fathers are okay with anything. When have you seen a white man with his son behave this way or make this transition and he is in the media saying, hey, this is wonderful? When have you seen a Hispanic man in the media while this is taking place? When have, man, let me tell you something. I know a white family right now, man, rich as hell. When I'm talking about rich, I'm talking about rich. I'm talking about the children ain't never got to worry about no money. One of the sons, man, that boy that boy is all the way girly. You understand? That boy be doing drag shows and everything. You know what? He can't even go to his parents' house. He can't even show up. There's another family that they mingle with that, they all grew up together. The fathers grew up together and came up together. And man, so they alternate holidays. Man, his parents be right around him, bro. They don't even pay him no attention. They don't talk to him. He can't call them no matter what happened. They don't deal with him at all. He got a couple brothers that still deal with him. I guess just because they blood, that's their brother. But man, his parents, man, they don't deal with him at all. And you know what? Nobody gives him any flack about it. When have you ever seen an Asian man come out in support of this publicly? See, it's one thing to have this in your home and you just deal with what goes on in your house stays in your house. I understand that. But I'm talking about being in the media, championing, being a advocate for this. That word wasn't going to ever come out right, man. It just doesn't happen, bro. So I say this, man. This year is just starting, brothers. Man, let's live an amazing life. Build an amazing life. Whether you're single or you got a wife. Just keep building, man, the life you want, man. And keep your eyes open, man. Keep your ears open and your eyes peeled. So you won't never mistake the fake for real. Because what's going on in this society right now, it's not an attack on our women. It's not even an attack on our children. It's an attack on me and you for our blackness and our masculinity. And that's just all we can do about it, bro. Ain't nothing else we can say. Ain't nothing else we can do. We just got to keep it true. And that's real. So, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. This was a real one. I think I'm gonna leave it up, man. We ain't doing nothing too toasty in here, man. I think I'm gonna leave this one up, man. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna leave it up, man. Just depending on, what happens, man. YouTube, they kind of get in their feeling when we talk about these types of things, man. No matter how clean we keep it. So everybody who sent the super chats out, man, I appreciate it, man. My brother GC, I appreciate you being in the building, man. Y'all remember, man, 17th. Hopefully they'll be on time letting me out of jail, man. They still got to process me out of YouTube jail, man. So, hopefully they got the processing done, and on the 17th, man, we'll be able to go in. That's the Monday after Valentine's Day. Hopefully we'll be able to go in. I got a drop that I want to do, man. I got something I want to do for Valentine's Day, but I'm gonna wait. Until the 17th, and hopefully they'll let me out the morning of the 17th. I'm talking about at 12 a.m. the morning of the 17th. They'll let me out of jail. And then I'll come on that night for the first time back on the BOA channel for the High Altitude Show, man. And we will let them have it, brothers. We will let them have it. So anyway, man, y'all be easy out there, man. Blue Doe, Young, I see y'all in here, man. Remy, what up, man? GC, man, I appreciate you being in the joint, man, working the wrench, man. All the brothers who came through, man, I appreciate it, man. These are the type of topics, man, we have to discuss when they come about, man, and we will discuss them as they come about in our way. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody else. No doubt, J-Rock. Big Ed, man, I'm telling you, man, bro, they be out, man, they just come out the blue sometimes, man. But and for a minute, man, they wasn't pushing my BOA channel, man. That's why, I did so much work over here, man. But now I'm in the habit of working over here. But they start back pushing it, man. They giving me a decent look. They're not blocking me from the algorithm as much. I should have grown a lot more than I have over these past 5 months, 6 months that they had me in jail, man. But it is what it is, man. All you can do, man, is keep working, keep grinding. So I appreciate y'all brothers being in here, man. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to slide out this thing. Y'all remember, man, keep God first and keep grinding and growing, my brothers. Peace. King Ray Ray in this bitch. Ha!
Chuck Diesel.